Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Draymond blames himself for Warriors' turnover heavy loss to Clippers. Sitting down at the podium, Draymond Green looked at the box score from the Warriors' 102-99 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on Monday night at 2 at Dome and muttered two words under his breath: 6 turnovers. That's how many times he handed the ball over the Clippers in the Warriors' third loss of this young 2024-2 NBA season. 2 of those losses have come against the Clippers, who have forced the Warriors' offense into a turnover frenzy. Both times these teams have met the Warriors as a team committed 19 turnovers, one fewer than the Clippers, but they many mistakes taking care of the ball equated to 31 points for the opposition. Coach Steve Kerr used 11 players and 8 had at least one turnover, none more than Green. 6 I sucked tonight, Green said when asked to clarify if he meant the team more strictly himself. Green pointed the finger solely at toe. "Me person, I suck tonight," he repeated. "Way too many turnovers, too many missed bodies. Yeah, I just sucked tonight." Here 16 seconds into the game, Green's errant pass out of bounds marked him down for his first turnover. Green had the ball at the left wing behind, and while being guarded by Dirk Jones Jr., he saw a widely open Tracy Jackson Davis come off a screen for an alley-oop opportunity, but Green's pass was too high and the Clippers scored their first points of the game on their next possession. His second turnover didn't come until there were 5.1 seconds remaining in the first half, when Green was whistled for an offensive foul trying to set a screen for Steph Curry. Although 4 of Green's 6 turnovers occurred in the second half, he agreed with Kerr's assessment that the game was lost in the first half when the Warriors had 13 turnovers, 2 more than their 11 assists that became 22 points for the Clippers. "It just set a tone," Green said. "You hold a team to 102 points and give up 31 points to turnovers. Defense was really good, but you can't defend those turnovers. Like I said, I was awful, so that's on me, though." The Warriors' sloppy first half dug a hole too big to climb back out of. Despite their scrappy efforts, each of Green's 4 turnovers in the second half were more costly than the start of the game. Down by 8 points with 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter, Green threw a pass right into Norm Powell's hands, who then dribbled down the court and found Chris Dunn by himself for 3 in the left corner. The Warriors lucked out since Dunn stepped out of bounds. They weren't as lucky with Green's next 3 turnovers. First, midway through the third quarter in a 6-point game, Green's pass attempt for Curry was snatched by Dunn. Green hustled back on defense but fouled Dirk Jones Jr., who hit both his free throws. The fourth quarter is when Green's 5th and 6th turnovers stung their Warriors most. Only 4 minutes remained when he flung an alley-oop attempt for Andrew Wiggins that didn't connect, instead landing in at Zubac's hands, eventually leading to an Amir Coffee dunk. Steve Kerr's blunt statement after Warriors Clippers: "The Golden State Warriors have gotten off to a hot 10-3 start early into their 2024-2 campaign, picking up their 3rd loss of the season on Monday night to the LA Clippers." The Warriors have already lost to the Clippers twice this season, but Monday's 112-109 loss could have seemingly been easily avoided. The Warriors sabotaged themselves on Monday, shooting an abysmal 9-19, 47.4% from the free throw line compared to last 16-8, 88.9%. The Warriors are last in the NBA in free throw percentage this season, 71.2%, an odd mark for a team built around one of the best free throw shooters the NBA has ever seen in Steph Curry. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr was not shy about voicing his frustrations about their weakness at the charity stripe and self-inflicted turnover mistakes. Speaking out about their performance following Monday's loss: "Our free throws obviously hurt us, but as a coach you don't really focus on that. A kiss on the turnovers in the first half. I thought we lost the game in the first half by wasting a lot of possessions." Kay continued to talk about their free throw struggles. "We entered the game dead last in free throws. We also entered the game 10-2, so they haven't hurt us until tonight. Our guys got to get in the gym, find their rhythm, find their confidence from the line for sure. Of course it is odd for a team to be last in the NBA in free throw shooting yet be one of the top teams in the league, but that is what the Warriors have been able to to accomplish. Kerrs is oddly downplaying Golden State's struggle from the line, especially considering poor free throw shooting will cost them games more often than not. Golden State seems to have found their two weaknesses early into the season: free throws and the LA Clippers. It is unlikely Golden State's free throw woes will continue throughout the entire season, but they might be in trouble if they cannot find consistency at the line. The Warriors move on to host the Atlanta Hawks on the second leg of a back-to-back on Tuesday, a fair test against a team coming off a win over the Sacramento Kings. warriorsstrade pitch sends Jonathan Kuminga out east through the first 12 games of the 2024-22 NBA season. Jonathan Kuminga was 6th on the Warriors in minutes 23.8, 4th in points 14.2 and 4th in field goal attempts 11.3. Those numbers were all down from the 2023-24 season when Kuminga was the Warriors' third leading point scorer behind only Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. The dip in numbers came after Kuminga and the Warriors failed to agree to a contract extension before the season. As such, many insiders felt the writing was on the wall for Golden State to ship off the Congolese forward before the February trade deadline, or perhaps at some point during the 2025 offseason. In light of those reports, Hoops Habits Cal Jarrett proposed a trade that would send Kuminga to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for a haul of young players and draft assets. Warriors would get Kenyon Martin Jr. 2 first-round picks. 76ers would get Kuminga. Jarrett's trade proposal came after reports surfaced of the Sixers showing interest in acquiring Kuminga from Golden State. Kuminga doesn't appear to have a long-term role with the Warriors and they failed to agree to a contract extension with him. Direct wrote on November 17 that means that he will enter restricted free agency next summer and the Warriors could easily lose him if they aren't willing to pay him. One of the advantages of their Warriors going through with the aforementioned trade pitch is they can flip the returning first-round picks from the Sixers for a bigger piece such as Giannis Anmo or another big star who could become available. The Warriors have long coveted Anitomo as the perfect co-star to pair next to Curry. According to Bleacher Reports, Jake Pfizer, Curry and Antetokounmpo's off-court business relationship could lead to an eventual pairing in a Warriors on fire arm. The other big connection here to keep an eye on is the fact that Giannis and Steph Curry are both represented by the same agency, Octagon. Pfizer said on November 11, "We've seen these types of synergies make deals happen." Pfizer cited the example of the Knicks landing Karl Anthony Towns in the 2024 offseason due to the sharp-shooting center being a California client. It's no secret that many of the Knicks players are represented by the same agency despite being relegated to a bench role at the start of the 2024-22 season. Kuminga did not butt heads with head coach Steve Kerr or express unhappiness. That wasn't the case in the 2023-24 season when Kuminga for the Athletic Shams Charania and Anthony Slater lost faith in Kerr and felt the coach wouldn't allow him to reach his full potential. And you fan, what do you think of the situation of Jonathan Sigan? Leave your opinion in the comments.